And
Woo, woo, woo.
we're live.
Oh, we are?
Yep. This is
Okay.
it. This is the guys. Okay, so we got a lot of messages where people are like, "Man, how do y'all script the show? How do y'all break down the show?" We don't.
Yeah.
That's the secret is that there is no secret.
Wouldn't that be amazing though? If like
Yeah.
every once in a while you just heard a page turn.
It's not even us turning the page. It's an old lady in the corner, and she's like, "All right, now talk about youth pastors," and we're like, "Good, got it, Gertrude," and then we just keep on riffing.
Yeah. I don't know. That'd be the worst writing though.
Oh,
if our
yeah,
podcast was like written out, if pre-planned.
It'd be painful. It'd be painful.
I just mean like the podcast as is. If all that was written, that'd be horrible writing, wouldn't it be?
Well, who would write it? Would we write it, and then we
guess.
would do
We'd, like, meet
go
up
through
at
the
your
lines
house.
ourselves? Remember, like, guys, all right, the first 5 minutes of the podcast, we've got to talk about the podcast. All right, just how lazy
Yeah.
we are, and we script how lazy we are into the writing, but we don't.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Church Stories Podcast, the podcast that well, I'm not gonna do the intro, guys. What episode is this? 90 something. Y'all know what we're about.
Yeah. Plugs. Go follow the Instagram page.
Yeah,
at
plugs
Church
off
Stories.
the top. Follow the
Um,
Instagram page.
We've been reading a
Church
lot of great
Stories.
emails.
Email us, churchstoriespod@gmail.com. Follow PD and I online. And by follow PD and I mean just follow PD. PD now handles all my social
Yeah.
medias.
I accidentally messaged Andrew as you, and I was like, oh, I gotta unsend because I just opened Instagram, saw Andrew's story, and
You're like,
responded
"What up?"
without thinking. Yeah.
That was funny. Let me introduce myself. My name is Shama, and a couple of years ago, I shooed a homeless person away. And I'm not proud. I'm saying that. I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that because I'm embarrassed. I'm not proud of my actions. A homeless person, I was in my car with my friend David, and a homeless person was coming ahead of us, and the windows were rolled up, and I knew what was about to happen, and I shooed with my hand motion. I'm not going to do it now.
Well, we'll just sit in that.
I really listen, I don't know what you guys need to think of me, but I'm sorry. But this is the part of the show where you get to know us for who we are, and that's my introduction, guys. Old Shama was terrible.
My introduction is something I feel bad about too. I've never watched Black Panther.
Oh my gosh, hold on. Oh gosh. I meant to start the show with wearing this. Gosh, man.
Yeah.
Guys, this is a really sad day in Church Stories history, specifically for me because I'm black, and y'all have seen this Black Panther mask on the bookshelf for a long time. And my boy, he's local, guys. He was born and raised in Anderson.
Yeah, like, what, 40 minutes
Yeah,
from
like
here?
30, 40 minutes from here. Chadwick Boseman died.
Yeah.
Do you know how I found out?
Twitter? That's
No.
how I found out.
I was on a Zoom call
Really?
with Chase and freaking
Oh,
Robert.
Yeah.
We're talking through sketches and writing and stuff, and Chase just goes, "Dude, Chadwick Boseman just died." And I was like, "What?" This is like 5 minutes into the call too, and I was like,
Really?
"What?"
Wait, did you how did you continue the call after that?
Dude, we sat silently. We were all just on Twitter on our computers, just kind of like, dang. And then like maybe after 10, 15 minutes later, we're like, all
Back to
right,
business.
let's get back to these sketches.
Man.
Yeah, man. You've never watched Black Panther?
No, because when did I give up on Marvel? After the second Avengers, I was like, all right, I'm good.
Can you hear me well? I can't put on headphones and the mask.
Yeah, I can hear. It sounds a little muffled, but you can hear what you're saying.
Guys, I'm wearing in honor of Chadwick Boseman.
Is this how I'm gonna have to look at this for the rest of the podcast?
A local African American who made history in the Marvel films. I'm gonna wear this mask the rest of the episode.
Really?
This is for
This is like when Duncan Trussell wore a mask at the start of the pandemic on Rogan's podcast, and it sounds the same.
You wore a mask the whole episode?
The whole episode.
Dang, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, man. So
I mean, I was looking at Twitter. I was like, man, I wish I could feel.
Did you never watch?
No, I
40. You never watched any movies with him?
I've never seen him in anything. So ABC's airing Black Panther tonight, commercial free at 8:00.
Are you gonna watch it? You
Yeah.
know it's on Disney Plus, right?
Oh, it is. Oh, I have Disney Plus. Why did I just do? Why would I go to ABC and be like, all right,
saw
from
that on
8 to?
You sounded like a shill just then. You're like,
I was like, hey guys,
is-
ABC tonight, commercial free, 8, 7 Central.
is airing the Black Panther commercial. Like, what the heck?
They're
We
paying
don't
me.
do that.
They're
We
paying
don't
me.
Yeah. Wait a second. How funny would it be if we're at the part of the show where we find out? No, we take on sponsorship deals, but don't tell each other.
Yeah.
We're just trying to, try to insert them in the show as
Yeah.
we go. Man, dude, I watched the first movie I ever watched with him was 42, where he played Jackie Robinson.
Oh wait, yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, so I went to theaters and watched that by myself. Did we go together?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. We saw a lot of movies.
It's a blur. I remember we went to go see the Resurgent. No. Which was that movie?
It was bad. I
Yeah,
remember that. Like in
yeah.
hindsight, we laughed the whole time.
Right.
So,
I remember I dragged you to it, and you hadn't even seen
Divergent.
the previous Divergent. Yeah.
It was like
The sequel's like Insurgent or something. I don't know.
Hunger Games fanfic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It was entertaining enough.
There
but-
was a few of those movies. Then there was like another one like Maze. What was Maze Trials? Maze Fights?
But the entire time during Divergent, at a certain point, we just started pretending we were smacking the characters
Oh yeah, I remember.
on the screen.
Was that you, me, and David Clinky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And someone would say
man.
something, we go, shut up. Like,
That was one of the movies where I feel like it started off when we're like, man, this is good. And then later on we're like, what the freak
then
are
we're all
we
doing,
watching,
we're doing
guys?
this to
What?
entertain ourselves.
We paid money for that, too.
Yeah.
But I saw him in 42, and I was just a big fan, dude. A big fan. I mean, I thought he's a great actor. I think it's a huge... Is it bad to talk about celebrity deaths like this? But I feel like it's a huge loss, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Especially just he was in his prime.
I guess if the person's work affected your life in some way, then
Yeah,
you should be sad, I guess. Or you
maybe. I guess this is the first time. Like I remember
Yeah.
Grace.
It
we
hasn't happened
finished
to
the
you
call. No, man, it just hurt. It
Yeah.
hurt. Yeah. And then my old pastor's mom, Pastor Rob Rucci, his mother passed away yesterday. Miss Darnell. And no, she's not. Her name is not Miss Darnell. It's Miss Darlene. I'm messing up my D names. Miss Darlene, and she knitted a blanket for Ezra.
Really?
And Grace told me, she was like, yeah, Ezra was using her blanket tonight too. And I was like, dang, man. I was just, you're like, man, we're never gonna be able to like thank her. Like we did thank her,
Yeah.
but she's never. Yeah, it's just. Yeah, death is weird. It's just the end. You just go, and then all of a sudden it's just, then you're just no more.
I do have this bad habit. Another thing I do at work, which is if somebody says, "Hey, where is blank?" I go, "Oh, they died." You didn't hear?
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, dude. I don't know what culture it is or what country, but they say when somebody dies, they say, "Oh, their library burned down," which is
Really?
like describing like you're a human is
Yeah.
compiled of experiences and insights and wisdom, and when you die, like the library is no more.
Yeah, I was looking at a picture of my mom's grandfather, and I was like, "Oh, I know like basically nothing about him."
Yeah.
So then when I get to that point where I'm somebody's
Dude.
mom's grandfather,
Dude, you know what's so creepy is when you feel like you're somebody, right? When you feel important and you feel like you matter, then I will randomly think, I'm like, oh, I don't know my great granddad's name.
yeah.
And guess what? We are, he is my great grandfather.
Welcome back to the Existential Dread podcast.
This is
with
what-
Petey and Shama.
This is what happens when there's not a guest.
Wait, this is Mormons, polygamy, and death part 2.
We named it that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna name it that.
Well, then I guess we have to talk about Mormons.
Oh man, yeah. All right. As part of this, let's see what you scripted it. You scripted the episode and you ruined it.
All I'm gonna say is in November, please take a picture with a glass of milk and hashtag it Mormon November.
You know what? I'm gonna partake, and by me partaking, I mean you.
And then
I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you.
We should have after school program Mormon November merch.
When people that really all relies on our cult following of people.
Yeah.
And to go, hey,
people are on board.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, dude, I got
Mormons, polygamy. Now we got to talk about polygamy at some point in time in this episode too.
Oh, dude, the funniest comment on our YouTube. This is like the most I've ever laughed at a comment that somebody left on one of our videos.
Is this the program or podcast?
The podcast.
Okay. What did they say? What did they say? I haven't been on a computer this past like 3 or 4 days.
I told my wife I was doing Mormon November with PD and practice polygamy, and she slapped me.
Oh man, bold.
Yeah.
You know what's so funny? It's been a year, and I still don't know what Mormons believe. I still think they drink milk and marry wives.
Yeah.
And guys, if you haven't Googled them, don't either. This podcast, really, I'm begging you, we should all rely on what PD has told us about Mormons.
Yeah.
That should be the only insight that we have about Mormons.
I'm the official spokesman.
Mitt
Romney is the mascot of Mormonism.
You are the spokesman.
Yeah, he's just the only Mormon I know.
Oh, man. I feel like people are really going to enjoy if we called this the Mormons Polygamy Death Part 2. People will be like, oh, they did it. But, yeah, I feel like we've talked about death on the podcast. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
Times.
I don't know. People might call me like, I don't know. I feel like I don't like it when people are like, I cannot believe it's been 15 years since Kurt Cobain. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to sound like that. But I'm like, you keep up with somebody. I've seen a ton of his movies, and I'm like, oh, dude, that guy. And then, honestly, I thought he had, like, the best hair, like, just among black dudes. Grace was always like, you need to have hair like him. And I'm like, I never can. His hairline, that thickness, I'm never going to be Chadwick Boseman. But now I can, respectfully, because he's no more. You want to check some emails?
Sure.
How have you been, PD?
I've been doing well.
You're wearing a hoodie. What did I say when I saw you in that hoodie when you walked into the studio?
Did you buy that, or did Lauren give it to you?
If you're watching the episode, you'll quickly realize
check my drip
that it's not Alabama themed and it's not plain gray. That's the only reason why I asked.
I think if my wardrobe was just like 5 different colors of V-necks, that'd be totally fine.
But isn't it though? Oh man. Okay, wait a second. Somebody just asked us a question. I'll read it anyways.
All right.
Elliot Stevens sent us an email, the one about go-karting. Hello, my name is Elliot, and I'm a PK. PK means pastor's kid, everybody. That's just an aside, not the email. But oddly, I don't have a church story. I just
also
need some
penalty kick.
2 guys, keep up. We're going to be using PK interchangeably throughout
the football fans.
As the show goes on. But oddly, I don't have a church story. I just need some advice. If that's an issue, oh well. I'm going to be starting my first racing season in a few months, and I can't decide what my number should be. Maybe PD or Shamamama could help me out. Thanks so much. This email's kind of, well, hopefully we don't miss it. This is kind of an older email.
Well, also, please butcher our names in the emails, please.
Yeah, please, guys.
Yeah.
Guys, the more, the better.
Yeah.
The worse, the better,
Butcher our names at churchstoriespod@gmail.com.
This is Elliot Stevens. And what number? You want to know the only number that I can think of?
What?
25. It's just based on the SpongeBob.
Yeah. What number? I don't know.
When I played soccer, I was number 27. There's a picture somewhere. I'll pull it up and we'll throw it up somewhere. So in honor of 9-year-old me who played soccer in Effingham, South Carolina, real place, you could be number 27. I think that was also Jeff Gordon's number 2.
And
Rest in peace.
when I played Pee Wee football for TR. I was number 86 for Hines Ward, as a Steelers player.
Really?
Yeah.
86 or 27. Those are your choices, Elliot.
I was also number 4 for church basketball in honor of Marquise Mays, who's been a forgotten Alabama wide receiver.
I forget that you played sports a
Yeah.
little. Okay.
Thought I didn't play sports, and you don't know me at all.
Dominated the court Saturday morning church
This
ball.
is how many things we put out that we could just do a podcast of us referencing.
Is it bad that sometimes if you reference something like that, I'm still like, wait a minute. Okay, wait a second. I feel like we've read this. They went to IHOP. Yeah, somebody crapped their pants. I just skimmed through it. It was like stage, church, IHOP. Yeah, this was a poop story.
Yeah.
Okay, this is from Chloe Benner. Thank you for emailing, Chloe.
Yeah.
Hey, PD and Shama, I hope you guys enjoy my embarrassing story about the door. The subject is the door with the stickies I didn't see. I like the title. This sounds like some M. Night Shyamalan, some Stephen King stuff.
Or they just walk in and someone changing.
Maybe. Ooh. I attend a relatively large church in Neosho, Missouri. Would have never guessed that there's a Neosho. Every year, my
Sounds
youth
like a rapper, doesn't it?
Neosho, yeah. Is he black or is he like Asian American?
Both.
The Blasian American rapper Neosho, Missouri. Every year, my youth pastor takes us on to a huge meeting, PFYC, Pentecostal Fire Youth Conference. It's in Pigeon Forge.
Yeah.
Pentecostal Fire. Hey,
if you want homeschool anthem played at your conference.
Yeah, we have like a total of 3 songs. We'll just do those on repeat every single night for however long the conference is. PFYC in Pigeon Forge. Every year, we bring a handful of our Bible college students with us to represent our school. And along with the other college representatives from all over the country, they set up booths in the entry of the arena where we would have our services. Last year, have we read this before?
I don't think so.
Okay. Last year, most of the group we brought with us were guys. 16-year-old me thought that was pretty cool. Cool. All right. And on the last day, all the guys were loading everything from our booth into boxes, all the free little notepads, pens, pamphlets, etc. that they gave away. When the guys were walking out to load all the not even heavy boxes onto the bus, I thought I'd help them. You know when you want to help somebody, Yeah. And the first few guys start heading out, so I hurry to open the door for them. I started to pull the door open and thought, man, this door is heavy. It was so heavy it started to nearly pull me over. I stood there holding, she puts quotations around the word holding as well, holding the door as all the young guys carried boxes outside. Finally, the last guy walks out. I noticed he looked at me a little funny, but I shrugged it off. So I let I think I know where this is going. Yeah. So I let go of the door. This is, I think you should leave, man. I feel like. So I let go of the door, but the door stayed open. I stabbed.
So she was just fighting a door. That's literally a sketch about this. That's the funniest thing.
Funny. I stepped back and looked at the large glass door to notice a huge circular sticker right on the front that clearly stated automatic door. Your podcast keeps me laughing. Hopefully my story can return a fragment of the favor. It did.
Yeah.
It did.
It did.
Have a great day.
Because I could picture that in my head. Because the first is my favorite sketch show on Netflix.
Oh my gosh, yes.
The first sketch is that.
Yeah, dude, I cry laughing. I just cried laughing at this. Have a great day and always check for automatic doors.
Doys.
Chloe Benner. Also, I used to be super afraid of public people finding out my name. So when I first got started listening to the podcast, to leave reviews, I made my username Chloe Reese so people wouldn't know who I was. But I've left a couple of church story reviews before. So did she not want us to say her name?
Do we need to bleep it? I don't know.
Sorry, Chloe Benner.
Sorry, Chloe Reese.
Sorry, Chloe. We're just all over aliases. Oh man. Hey, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, doors, man. Doors are something else. I don't know.
Doors or something else.
Doors are guys.
You
Doors
sound like a baseball
hey,
announcer.
guys. Doors.
Because baseball announcers have so much dead air to fill.
Oh yeah, that's why that one got racist. Remember?
Yeah.
The guy's like, man, this air is so dead. I need to say something. No, he didn't say racist. He said something homophobic. He was like, you know what this dead air needs?
The gay slur capital of the world or something,
Oh,
he said,
man,
while they were
dude.
on the air.
Oh, it was one of those things where I was like, did he not know? And then he apologized.
But then he goes, I'm a man of faith. That doesn't, I didn't, basically it was just a bunch of,
guys.
I'm sorry I got caught. I'm not really that sorry. I have to do this.
So I've got a thing where Grace and I had like the first beginning part of our marriage was, you know, just learning each other and learning how to live together, where I had to tell her multiple times where I'm like, listen, it's fine if you do something wrong. Just say you did something wrong and then let's move on, you know? But she'd always give like an excuse. If it was like, hey, did you do this? She was like, well, I was going to, but this. I'm like, no. Listen, you don't got to do that. Like when I worked, the last job that I worked at, one day I was late to work. I woke up late. And I got to work, and guess I was late. Then my boss, Chris, very gracious guy, he was like, hey, man, what's up? And I texted before, and I was like, hey, I'm running late, but I'll be there. And I was like, hey, I was late. And he was like, whoa, what happened? And I just looked at him, and I was like, you know, I just missed my alarm, and I was late.
Yeah.
You know, do I need to sugarcoat that? No. You just did a thing, and you just got to confess to it. That's it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why when people are like, yeah, I was caught. And you're like, no, just go, hey, I was caught, and I'm dumb.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. And then hopefully people don't cancel you. But either way, you deserve to be canceled.
I deserve to be canceled for nothing. I was
Oh, guys, I really want to talk about the one thing, but we're not going to talk about it. There's a pastor who's local pastor.
Jonathan? Pastor Jonathan?
Jonathan Grayson. No, there's a local pastor who's in hot water yet again.
Yeah.
And it's just not good. I already had a message today today's a Sunday, by the way, where he basically just went, guys, I did what sorry. I don't know. I don't know what he said, man. I'm going to try to watch it. I need to watch it. Okay.
How much time have we done?
I don't even know, man. What is that? 22 minutes? Read an email and let's riff. Here you go. What are we timing? Come on, guys. Come on.
How are we doing on time?
How are we doing on time?
I haven't asked that question in a long time.
Hey, let's just give us the light when we're done, all right? Just give us the light. We'll wrap it up.
Dear Church Stories.
Hello.
Oh, this is called The Distracting Butterfly.
Okay.
I have a church camp story. It was my last year for camp and the first year for some new kids. It was Rockwall Day, and that was the best day out of all the camp days. We can relate because like rafting day was the best day, or tubing day. Tubing day was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
It was more dangerous.
Right. Every youth camp activity, I think when you just get young people, whatever kind of day, like even if you're like, hey, we're just going to be playing in the field. I remember we did like a field day one day, and dude, the amount of injuries that happened were just ridiculous.
Since it was my last year, I wasn't really paying attention, but I act like I was. Then I see a beautiful butterfly flying around us. It says nobody, like B-U-D-D-Y. Nobody else saw it.
Is this nobody?
Nobody, yeah. Nope. Maybe this is the one about nobody. This is like the Indian pronunciation of nobody.
Nobody.
We get canceled for that.
Oh shoot!
Can you do impressions of other races anymore?
Hey guys, listen, man. This is episode 90 something. Come on, guys. Come on. Context.
All right. Nobody else.
Hey, read the sentence before that. Go into nobody again,
okay.
Just like you did.
Gotta get it together. Then I see a beautiful butterfly flying around us. Nobody. Why can't I say this? I'm crying.
Hey.
Welcome back to Two Bears, One Cave.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
Then I see a beautiful butterfly flying around us. Nobody else saw it except for this little kid who was about 7 at the time. He got distracted and started chasing the butterfly for absolutely no reason. And the best part is that the counselors didn't even notice until they looked around to see if anyone had questions. We all started yelling at the kid to come back, but he didn't hear us or wasn't listening. Finally, someone had to run after him to get him to stop chasing the butterfly. Thanks for doing this podcast. It's awesome. From Veda.
Not gonna lie, Veda, the best part of that was nobody.
I was about to say nobody really overshadowed everything.
Oh man. Thank you, Veda. Thank you for sending that email. Hope I said your name right.
Why did we laugh so hard at that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, I was watching. I don't know, man. I feel like I was watching this movie. It's on HBO. It's called Last Christmas. It's a rom-com. The girl from Game of Thrones. I never watched the show, but she's in it.
Emilia Clarke.
Yeah, I think her. And there's this one part where she's hanging out with her mom. She's from like Yugoslavia or something in the movie. Her character is, and her family is, I guess. And her and her mom are drinking, and they're at like some outdoor fair or something. They're drinking. I don't know why, but she was clapping like this in her mom's face. Her mom like takes a shot or something, and she just goes, "Bravo, mama!" And I don't know why. I don't know why Grayson ever watched it on my iPod in bed, and I rewinded it like 3 or 4 times. She was like, "Why is that so funny to you?" And I'm like, it's just so out of pocket of the whole movie. This whole movie's like, it's Christmas, we're in love, and there's a guy, and I got heart surgery or whatever. And she's just like, "Bravo, mama." It's just such a weird, her delivery of it was so weird.
Yeah. Are we going to read another email?
We're going to read another email.
All right.
This one is called The Third Floor Story by Audrey Mitchell. Thank you, Audrey. Hey, people. That's you, listeners. Hey, people, I'm Audrey. And I don't really know how to format an email because I'm Gen Z. Is that a thing?
I mean, yeah. I feel kind of like out of my depth when I'm sending emails.
I try to make, just try to find the break in the paragraphs. I feel like that's what's important, right?
And also, like, sent from my iPhone just doesn't feel good.
Oh, you gotta delete that.
Yeah.
Everybody, you keep it.
It feels kind of tacky. I mean,
no, you can delete it. You know you can delete it, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
That's the main thing. Is whatever. Even sent from my iPad, even sounds worse. It just sounds like, hey, I was watching cat videos on YouTube, and between that and something else, I sent you an email.
Or just keep it and say like sent from my fridge.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Samsung Galaxy fridge. But I have a funny story that you need to hear. And we do.
It's imperative.
I love the podcast, by the way. Okay, so a few years back, I went with my youth group to a conference in my state. It was also 420. Ooh, blaze it. The conference was in the fanciest hotel in northern Mississippi. The Courtyard by Marriott.
Is that a high bar?
LOL.
Is that a high bar?
I don't even know. The Courtyard by Marriott. I don't know. It's just some standard. I guess that's the fanciest hotel. Fanciest within quotation marks, I guess. Yeah. And I said, "Hey, we are here to party, but not the same kind of party." Wait a second. Sorry, I skipped it. My bad. The conference was in the fanciest hotel in northern Mississippi, the Courtyard by Marriott. LOL. We got to stay on the 3rd floor. The 3rd floor again. LOL. Only in Mississippi. Oh, sorry. We got to stay on I'm messing up, guys. I'm sorry. Let me read this again. We got to stay on the top floor, the 3rd floor. Again, LOL, only in Mississippi. That's the top of Mississippi. That's the peak Mississippi right there, 3rd floor. Me and the 3 other girls put our bags in our room, and we went to the elevator, where we met 2 women in scandalous clothing who had come to the hotel to celebrate 420. They said, "Y'all here to party? ? Partay?" And I said, "We're here to party, but not the same kind of party you're having. It's a Jesus party." Ain't no party like a Jesus party. Then we got off the elevator and we went to the service and we went bowling. When we got back, we went up to the 3rd floor and it smelled like dead skunk and spray paint. 'Twas the weed.
Is that how she wrote it?
Yeah.
There's so many good episode titles to choose from.
Yeah, this is we might make this one.
The weed. It's like,
Gosh,
what
man.
got the NFL player suspended?
Twas the weed. Twas the weed. M'lady. We could barely breathe. It stunk so badly. And one of my friends threw up in a trash can. Golly, that was that dank.
That loud.
That was that loud.
That's what people were saying because Steve Harvey had like a bag hanging out of his pocket. They're like, Steve Harvey got that dank. And that Kanye picture with the Chick-fil-A.
Dude, let me tell you something. If you have not seen it, Kanye posted a picture of Steve Harvey. Dude, when I saw that, I laughed so hard.
That was your profile picture,
yeah,
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was my profile
For a
picture.
day.
It was like, he said, me and Steve Harvey was hungry.
Yeah.
Like, it's just Steve Harvey. I don't know if I like everything he does on Twitter because I'm a Kanye fan or he's actually funny. Like, if it was anybody else, I feel like I'd still enjoy it.
Yeah.
So, your friend caught a whiff of that loud, threw up in a trash can. Then one of the doors opened in the hall, and we see a cloud of smoke and balloons exit the room. Golly, there was also confetti. Man, this party was lit. Then my friend threw up again. We went downstairs to the lobby. By this time, it was almost 1 a.m. We reported the stink and the room number to the front desk. And we played Uno until 3 in the morning. Guys, if you're not saved, Uno is Christian's weed. You could
That's the weirdest quote from this podcast out of context.
Uno is our weed. You can play it with your family,
and it doesn't smell bad.
It doesn't smell bad. You don't need to chew gum. You don't gotta go buy it from a guy in an alley. Played Uno until 3 in the morning. Then, I feel like anytime somebody mentions we played Uno, you could replace that with we smoked weed, and it sounds we smoked weed until 3 in the morning. You're like, that sounds accurate.
They're interchangeable.
They're interchangeable. Yeah. Then we went back to Jim's room and played Uno. You're like, oh, okay. Then we see the partiers being kicked out. Golly, y'all.
So it's kind of
narked.
like how that sounds like code. It's like that's what they would say. It's like how you'll see moms post stuff like, "Hey, just so you know, this is what the kids are using as code.
The kids are
LOL
playing.
stands for Lucifer our Lord."
But honestly, who has ever been like Lucifer our Lord is out to get all the Christians?
Why would like 14-year-olds be sending Lucifer our Lord to each other?
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Okay. Then we see the partiers being kicked out. I feel like Audrey, you could have a lot in common with PD's girlfriend because she's also a snitch. Lauren's not gonna hear this. We stayed in the lobby until a cleaning lady came and told us it wasn't as stinky up there anymore.
Is that how it's written?
Yeah.
There was a stinky. There wasn't a stinky.
Let me try to read this. I'm slipping, man. So they played Uno until 3 in the morning. Then we see the partiers being kicked out. We stayed in the lobby until a cleaning lady came and told us.
I can't do this.
It wasn't as stinky up there anymore.
Did she really say that?
Yeah.
No, they've written and nobody can smell it.
Hey, it's not as stinky up there anymore.
Yeah.
All right, we went back to the 3rd floor. And it wasn't as stinky. But our room was kind of right next to the one flowing with smoke and confetti. So my friend really couldn't handle it. And I think she might have thrown up again. Go.
3 times? You have that's a very sensitive. Like, what's triggering the throwing up?
I don't even know.
Because, like, the second time, she was like, there was confetti and my friend threw up. It's just like.
Dude, speaking of that, while we're on it, I dated a girl who used to laugh so hard she threw up.
Oh, dude, that would suck.
And
as a fan of comedy, could you imagine that, like, you have to suffer for...
We'd be texting or something, and I'd say something funny, or we'd be talking on the phone. She'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I had to hang up. I threw up. I was laughing so hard."
That is so hard. That's horrible.
And I was like, "Oh, Wow. But she always made it sound like, when you laugh till you throw up. And I was like, no, that wasn't common.
Yeah.
That relationship didn't work.
Yeah, 'cause I'm too funny. She has to date someone boring.
Guys, come on. Could you imagine if I would married somebody like that and then I made VeggieTales remix? Come on.
Yeah.
Would have killed her. All right. She threw up again. But it was all good because our youth leader brought us a box of donuts a few minutes later. The next morning, where'd your youth leader get donuts?
Wait, hey, my friend threw up 3 times. All good.
All good.
Donuts have arrived.
All good.
But if I throw up 3 times, I don't want to eat a donut.
What if that's it, guys? What if the cure to throwing up is donuts? You bring a box of donuts. You're like, hey, forget that. I could be we could be doctors. The next morning, we left the hotel and went back home. We tell the 3rd floor story all the time, and it's probably the best story I have to tell because I'm a pastor's kid, and I've never done anything mildly rebellious or interesting in my entire life. I mean, I've never sent an email. Anyway, I listen to your podcast all the time, and I really enjoy it. I have a few other church stories that I might send in later.
Yeah, do it.
But I'm going to figure out how to write a proper email first.
Emails
Audrey.
aren't like that big of a deal. It's just write stuff. We'll read it.
Yeah, that's it. Don't overthink it. I think, you know what? If I was an employer and you applied via email, I would have hired you.
Yeah, not your friend though, because they're
Not your
up
friend.
everywhere.
Can't have it.
Yeah.
Like, what if the workplace gets a little too stinky?
Yeah. Where is this person working?
What?
Where are they working?
I don't know, man. After school podcast.
We'll have our maid come up and then tell us that there isn't
like,
a stinky
hey, it's
anymore.
not a stinky.
it's an Italian, but it's not a stinky anymore.
It is not a stinky anymore up there. Oh man! All right, let's land this plane. Hey man, this was short, but man, we had a lot of great laughs.
Well, what's the deal? Like we laughed really hard at nobody and a stinky. And then,
hey man, that's it. You got a praise report, Pada?
Yeah, my praise report is that I'm gonna dive into the MCU. Why not?
You are.
Yeah. After
wait, are you gonna do like in order?
I don't know. I'm just gonna watch Black Panther and then see if I want to watch more after that.
I can't believe you missed out on the. I mean, honestly, I've not kept up.
It was just too after. I don't even know if I watched the second Avengers.
It's too much, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's too much.
I watched Captain America: Civil War, and I was like, all right, I think I'm out.
Yeah, it's just, I just can't. I can't. My brain doesn't work like that. You know.
Yeah.
My brain, when people are like, oh, and then, dude, Thanos is gone, right? But then, like, no, she got, and I just can't. I'm like, I can't. I'm sorry, you lost me.
I watched a bunch of them with my mom actually.
At home or
yeah, I mean, it's like a long time ago because they've been coming out for a long time.
A minute, yeah, it's ridiculous.
But then, I mean, eventually, I realized they all are kind of the same.
Yeah,
in structure.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure those are movies like built by algorithms. Where it's like, but even the quips where people are like, oh
they're
my
really
gosh.
sitcom-y.
They're really sitcom-y, but the jokes are always always fall flat. But every time I've watched it in a theater, like, Thor will be like, get out of here, little person. And people will be like,
oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what the heck? Are we laughing because he's the god of thunder? Or are we laughing at little person? Like, I just don't understand. Like, everything just seems to, but then people like, I'll go later on Twitter, like, some people like quote it.
Yeah.
People get tattoos and t-shirts. Like, I remember when it was like one of the last Avengers, I think Iron Man's daughter, Robert Downey Jr., in the movie, she goes, he tells her, I love you. And she goes, I love you 3,000.
Yeah.
And people were like, oh, my heart. And then later I was like, oh, I forgot to be moved. I forgot to be moved by that.
You didn't cry in the theater?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't. But I don't know. It's stuff like that where I'm like, was it good?
Maybe
am I terrible?
How about that'll be a reoccurring segment on Church Stories? I will come on and I will give my Marvel reviews
Yeah.
of movies I've missed.
Update us.
Yeah.
But while you're doing that, I'll pick up Star Wars maybe, or Lord of the Rings, or Harry Potter.
If
I don't know. I never
Star
did
Wars. Like, it's not worth it.
No.
As an adult,
Is it?
like I loved the movies because I was a kid when I watched them.
How do you feel about the new ones that they just put out?
I didn't even bother with like the last 3 or 4.
Well, I heard people really hated them.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that people hated Rey so bad. Like, people were not a big fan of.
They just felt like they were
The-
rehashing the old ones. It's just not as good.
Yeah, but wait a second. What? I just don't understand. I thought they were really well made. I saw a few of them.
I mean, I just felt like I'd seen it before with Force Awakens, and
Yeah.
Solo was interesting. I thought it felt like a TV show episode though.
Oh yeah, Solo. Oh, was that with Donald Glover?
Yeah.
I never watched that, and I'm a huge Donald Glover fan. Gosh, man, if 2020 takes another black actor.
Yeah. Blackter. Sorry. It's just right there. I had to say it.
Hey guys, this podcast free.
Yeah.
What's your praise report? Let's get out of here. Get out of here.
All right, another one. New Japan had a show in a baseball stadium.
New Japan is a wrestling company that PD follows.
Yes, they had a show at a baseball stadium, so it was outdoors, and the sun was setting, like right when these two guys were slapping each other in the face. And I thought the juxtaposition was incredible.
That's your praise report?
Yes.
Your praise report that God was like, God executive produced the
Yeah.
slapping match. What was my praise report? Man, my son says dada a lot.
Nice.
And I'm low-key kind of tired of it.
Really?
I'm tired of it. I'm like, man, I still got a few decades of this. I need to buckle up.
He's not gonna say dad forever. He's gonna say
No,
dad for
he'll be
like
like-
another year or two.
Yeah. But then he's always, I tried to tell Grayson, I'm like, what if we let our kids call me, like, just call me Shama?
That's weird.
She was like, no, you can't do
No.
that. And I was like, but
Dude, if your kid called you Shama, I'd be like, who's the boss in this relationship?
Well, hold up a second. So here's my theory. If I'm dada, then I'm dad. And I'm dada, then I'm daddy, then I'm dad. And then when Ezra starts having friends, I'm just gonna be Ezra's dad.
Yeah, but you just have to be okay with that. Are you? So you're afraid that like your son is kind of stealing the spotlight?
No.
From you.
I just don't want to be. You know what I mean? I want to be my own person. Darn it! No. Have you ever been to somebody's house? You ever
this.
played?
Please clip this.
You ever? Who are you talking to? It's just
I'm
us.
talking to you in post production.
Oh,
Shama, clip this.
All I'm saying is that if you ever been friends with somebody and you have no idea who their dad is, they're just like freaking Jonathan's dad. Yeah, and then I
But
went
you
over.
had the
Jonathan's
kid.
dad was
You
eating
just-
put a frozen pizza in the oven for us. And you're like, what the freak is his name?
You had the kid, so you just
Yeah.
have to be resigned to the fact that you're gonna be Ezra's dad to a large amount of people.
Man,
But hey, if you just like keep him from getting more famous than you,
Yeah,
like in roles,
yeah.
like blackball him from from any acting.
my kid's
stuff.
not allowed to be he's a brown actor, a bractor.
That sounds like a dinosaur.
Bractor sword. Bractor Ezra Rayma.
We gotta end this podcast.
Oh man, all right. I'm freaking sweating and crying. Guys, this has been Church Stories.
And don't let nobody tell you differently.
All right.